escape. Bravo by Gerard and Eric assumed you were dead and gave up the hunt. I wasn't so sure. When the others were busy, I returned to the lab and searched. That's when I found this little treasure. Not easy to repair, but certainly worth the gold. You were like a splash of color on a worn canvas. What Liz was.
Did you show it to the others?
Of course not. It was your item. It's worth noting that if I hadn't found it, I wouldn't have known to save you at the cauldron. You'd be dead.
So I should be grateful?
If you like.
How do you know about...
He isn't the only one adept byware.
You hacked his piss?
No, he's too careful for that. But his subordinates? Not so much. He gave additional focuses to the tribals he branded the Sons of Prometheus.
The ones working with Regala.
By tapping their focuses, I learned about most of his dealings. The distribution of override technology, the arming of Tanakh rebels, and the secret pact with Regala to attack Gerard's base.
But how did he come up with a weapon that can take down your shields?
That's the one thing I haven't been able to figure out, but however he did it, I'm quite certain it will work. With it in the Tanakh army. Victory's such a shame he'll be disappointed.
Regala's only interested in killing Hikaru and wait. What does she have to gain by attacking?
It's the price she must pay for her without the ability to override her little rebellion.
So she trades with the Sons of Prometheus.
In exchange for an assault on the base. Pride has deluded her into thinking she can actually... And all without ever knowing who the Sons of Prometheus really are. Yet for all of Silence's brilliance, still that blind spot is what will allow...
While hundreds of Tanakh are cut down and died. So you knew...
Liz was everything she was. Your ingenuity. You've managed to distill her greatest qualities and make...
I'm not asking about me.
The honest answer is, for all the time that I spent with her, she always kept... It was like...
So when...
Not aloof. It was a summit in Paris, because regulatory authorities were just starting to... Liz gave the keynote address. She had already achieved great renown for her work but in her address, she was just starting to imagine an AI-driven system that would actually take responsibility.
To care about life.
Revolutionary stuff. I watched her after she had spoken with such moral authority, I could tell she felt uncomfortable with all. It was as if giving the talk had cost her. I didn't want to be a pest, so I
So how did you find...
I picked the right moment. Right as she came back to the conference, she had just had her coffee. She was fresh, rested. It was like she had braced herself for the colleagues. I asked if I could walk with her, then put forth a question about her talk that I thought was... Her answer made me realize, but she was very welcoming. Almost as if we were previously acquainted. It was only halfway through the conversation that I realized exactly who I was. It was quite... My business was trafficking in secrets, and I took great pains to protect my enemy. So that was Liz. Perpetually, I came to view our meeting as a metaphorship. She always seemed to know me from afar.
I guess I know the Beta told me you came back to Earth because you...
It's true. After we reached our destination, a planet, we spent decades building the physical constraints of Earth, the boundaries of... To think of what we could have done. It might have been a utopia. Instead, we stagnated, absorbed in... It took a cataclysm to finally yank us out of our stupor.
What happened?
A massive geological event. We knew of instabilities in the planet core, but we underestimated them. By the time the collapse was upon us, only a few of us made it to the ship. We set course for Earth. The left to us.
Which you decided to make up for anyone else.
Not me. He believes it's better to wipe the canvas clean than work around the more primitive tribes. No more combat machines, only a blank slate to do with as he pleases. But we will stop him.
What exactly is your plan to...
We will make use of a lesson I learned from an early age. In this case, a place where Gerard's new construction meets the ancient foundation. A passage that only I... When silence flings, we will enter through this back door, bypassing most of the fighting. The distraction will provide us with a window in which to rescue.
Once we're inside the base...
Here, in the command center. By then, Gaia will have been reunited with all, including Hephaestus.
What about the alpha build of Apollo?
A simple matter of recovery, once the others have been dealt with. With that in hand, we'll have everything...
You said Beta is not in urgent danger, so what do the Zeniths do?
Putting her to work. A difficult, time-consuming task, as I'm sure they will compel her if need be. She's the only one who can.
Because you people made her to be nothing but a tool.
Gerard's idea. They always viewed me with suspicion when I attempted any... That's why I created the data channel.
Once we're inside the...
Command. By then, include Festa.
What are the Apollo?
Simple. With that...
So this channel you shared with Beta...
Gerard believes he's the most... Even after 1,000 years, he still can't imagine... The channel allowed me to interact with Beta. It offered us a chance to be...
Until you cut off all contact.
Yes. Though it pained me.
She felt like you tossed her aside.
I was afraid the others would find punish her. She may not have had the comforts of... But at least I ensured she would... I know it seems... But you must believe that her well-being...
Why did you make the data channel look like...
I built this house as a shelter. A safe place. Not cultural artifact. Truly some of the great...
And you wanted Beta to...
Yes. I thought if she could experience Vermeer and Rembrandt, it would bring something... A heritage every bit as valuable as this data being... I'm sorry, she needed it.
First Pharaoh. Now Hikaru and the Tanakh. Your plan would wipe out an entire tribe. There has to be another way.
We are in an admittedly desperate situation, but I assure you there isn't. Remember Zero Dawn. Elizabeth's sacrifice. Sometimes many have to die for a new world to grow.
If it looks impossible, look deeper. Wait. The data channel. It still exists, doesn't it? I need you to open it. Let me talk to Beta.
Impossible. We might be detected.
It's worth the risk. There is another way, one where the Tanakh survive.
But we won't. If the others...
If you want to help, open it. What are they doing to her?
Virtual reality dissociation. The manual merge of Hephaestus will take hours upon hours of tedious micromanagement. If she resists the work, they run simulations to induce feelings of isolation and despair.
Beta, can you hear me?
You're alive. They're watching me. I can't hold up this extra projection for long. You should have killed me.
No. No, look at me. I'm coming for you. I promise. Okay? I just need you to hold out a little while longer and work on the merge. contact again when it's time. Can you hold on?
As long as I know you're coming for me, I can endure anything.
All right. I did as you asked. Now I think you need to tell me what you're planning.
I'm going to take Silent's army away. I don't need it. Only the weapon he made to penetrate your shields.
And how do you propose to get it? Ask him nicely?
Without Regala and her rebels, he won't have a choice. We'll be his only option.
Only option for what? What did you tell her?
That is between me and my sister. Will be Silent's only option for crashing that base. I'll tell you the rest later. But first, there are a couple of things I have to do.
Oh. And what are those?
Lay my friend to rest. And then I'm going to use the override that Beta gave me at Gemini to put an end to Regala's rebellion. From the air.
Wait. Since you insist on doing things your way, I know of something that will truly help you make a grand entrance with the Tenat. The ancient Horus Titans still possess electromagnetic energy cells as part of their arsenal. Drop one of those on Regala's army and they'll receive quite a surprise. So go, do what you must. I'll come to your base if you manage to bring Silence to the table.
Not if. When. Erend, are you there?
Aloy! Aloy, is that really you?
Yeah, it's me. Where's everyone else?
We're all... We're back at base. What happened?
It might be easier to explain in person. I'll try to join you there when I can.
Okay. We'll wait here for you. It's good to hear your voice, Aloy.
Just to let you know, I'm now patched into your focus network.
Great. I take it the other Zeniths can't hear us?
Of course not. And they don't know about your base either, in case you were wondering. I've sent you data on the Horus energy cells you can use against Regala's forces. Reach out to me when you're ready to acquire one.
Understood.
I see you, champion. Sit, please. If you're ever in need of a quick refuge, there's an ancient tunnel north of here that machines tend to avoid. I scouted it many times trying to find a way further in, but the way is blocked. Whatever the 10 had in there, they kept it locked away.
Thanks for letting me know. Ancient
Don't let
tunnel,
the pretty
huh?
landscape fool you.
Might be a good idea to take a look around if I'm in the area.
When you're wounded, you have to strike back. Draw blood.
Hey! Can I get one damn minute to mourn my friend?
Regala is going to slaughter my tribe to overthrow Hikaru. The Zeniths have Beta and Gaia. We can't sit around wallowing in our losses.
Kotallo's right. We must fight.
Oh, all right. So what are we gonna do, huh? Take on all of Regala's rebels?
Not to mention the Zeniths. What can we even do? Throw ourselves at their base?
Something like that. So...
After we lost contact with you, we regrouped and went to Gemini. What happened? The recording we found on Varl's focus cut off when that Zenith Eric...
The Zeniths were tracking Hephaestus. When Gaia trapped it in Gemini, they knew where we were. After Varl tried to stop them. They took Beta and Gaia. I only survived because one of the Zeniths turned against the others to save me.
One of them? Well... at least we didn't lose you too. So what do we do now?
We're going to defeat the Zeniths. And get Beta and Gaia back. But first... we're going to stop Regala.
How?
Back in Gemini, Beta gave me... a gift. There's something I need to do first to make it work, but it could put an end to the bloodshed.
Word is, Regala's readying her army for an all-out assault on the Grove. I need to be there.
I know. Go. Stand with Hikaru. And keep an eye on the sky.
Strike true as the 10.
The rest of you, whatever preparations you need to make, upgrades, resupplies, get on it. It won't be long before we take the fight to the Zeniths.
We'll be ready, Aloy. And when you're ready, meet me outside the east exit. I'd like to have a word in private.
Even when things are darkest, you're the flame that lights the way forward.
Just tell me one thing. Am I gonna get to smash up a bunch of Zenith bastards?
We all are.
Good.
Before I do anything else, I should check on Zoe. It sounded important.
It's all...
You look busy.
My studies are a good distraction. Varl, Beta, and that's just the beginning. The Zeniths want to rob us of our future, too.
We won't let that happen.
Oh, and if you have...
You mentioned there was...
Yes. So I found references to an old world. It's called Leviathan. A sprawling network of river gates and a labyrinth of underground tunnels. The legacy revealed that the old ones used it, but we've never... But the data from the greenhouse mentions the research facility. It's in San Francisco.
Another Pharaoh facility?
No. Leviathan was a project, so the legacy tells us if we can acquire that data, we might be able to. Every year, my sister gets terrified when along with Leviathan. Maybe.
Okay. So
That's the thing. But one of our diviners has been exploring the. Would you come with me? I have a feeling you're much better at fighting machines.
of course. I'll let you know.
Thank you.
I know. And like I said, I'll let you know when I'm in landfall.
I appreciate it.
Over here, Aloy. We would come out here to tend to the garden. Sometimes I needed fresh air. Other times we would simply sit and watch the sunrise. So when we returned from Gemini, it seemed fitting that he be laid to rest here. Now he can always look out at Plain Song and... further east, to the Nora Sacred Lands.
He would have liked that.
He often spoke of his sister, Vala. He said she used to gather her favorite golden blooms and tie them to her spear. Their mother called it useless, but Vala was stubborn.
Yeah, she seemed like that.
It wasn't easy. But I tracked down the flower. Gathered its seeds. As verdant limbs wither, roots leaves rot in snow, still the sea rises as certain as stone. From death follows new life. So it is with the land. And so it is with us. I'm with child, Aloy. I was going to tell him when he got back from Gemini. Instead, one day, I'll bring our child here. We'll sit among the blooms and watch the sunrise.
I never got to tell him. To thank him. For saving my life, sure, but also for not giving up on me.
He always knew.
Goodbye, Varl. I promise to look after them. I'll try to visit again when I can. But for now, I need to go to the fabrication terminal to install the new override on my spear. And then I'll use it on a sun ring and get ready for an entrance Regalla will never forget.
Oh no, I got enough trouble with Kotoritakiee.
Override installed. Now to find a sunwing. I think there are some roosting at the top of the mountain. Okay, I need to find a sunwing to override. Better head up the mountain.